morning, good afternoon, and possibly even good night to those of you across the world speed gaming. We are here early in the morning for our runners at least, with some more Metroid Fusion Randomizer Spoiler Log Tournament 2022, and I think this match needs no introduction. Bring the heavyweights, CScottyw and Herculesbenchpress in a winner's bracket round 2 matchup. The winner will go on to play against Jagger G, and the loser drops into the elimination bracket. With that said, I am Autumn Out of Habit. I'm being joined in the booth today by Hugo.
How are you doing, folks?
And chat, are you ready for a big time matchup? The scary thing here, Scotty only the number 5 seed in this tournament, Herc the number 13. Although that's because, unfortunately, not able to make the seeding races. But our runners have readied up, and they are off. Now, since we've got the spoiler log, Hugo and I and the runners are all going to know where everything is. But chat, you don't know yet. So I ask you, beginning of Metroid Fusion Randomizer always starts the same. We need to run up the initial climb and pick up our first item from the operations room, data room. Are we going to see a Morph Ball start, a Missile start, or a Speed Booster start?
Speed Booster start is always the fun one.
So either we're going to see these two runners absolutely demolish a Jet Seed, or we'll see one of the worst seeds you've seen.
That is a mix between Bob Ross and Kappa. What? Weird fusions happening here. Oh god.
Gotta love the weird fusions while we watch Metroid Fusion.
Yep. Hercules getting first to the item. And it is standard missiles.
We've got a missile start. So this is going to standardize the path for a little bit, as our runners are going to need to go to the Arachnus area. There are 5 checks there. It looks like 3 of them will be majors. And if you haven't seen it before, if you go into the Arachnus fight with Morph Ball, you can just roll out of the room and not fight it. And with Arachnus only holding a missile tank today, I think that's exactly what we'll see our runners doing. But we do have a treat for you today. Sometimes the rando likes to put everything in 1 or 2 sectors. Not today. We've got items in Sector 1, we've got an item in Sector 2, we've got items in 3, we've got things in 4, we've got things in 5, and we've even got an item in 6. Also, our runners are going to be starting off with access to Sectors 3 and 4, so 3 will give them the ability to open up their green doors pretty soon and get access to all the sectors. Not a guarantee in this version of the rando. What is a guarantee is the Morph Ball in the Arachnus area that's picked up at the E-Tank location, and our runner's gonna hop up into the attic to pick up some Morph Ball bombs as well. Ronald, that does seem to be a thing that I've mostly noticed with Sector Shuffle, at least more commonly. There's a little bit of a difference in the weighting in the version 0.11.6 of the randomizer. Bosses are much less likely to have items than they used to, and with the sector shuffle, sometimes it just likes to front load everything into the sectors you have access to, especially if you don't have access to any way of opening any door locks. It either has to give you something to go in through the reactor to get to Sector 2, or it just puts everything in 2 sectors and you get Screw Attack. Screw Attack today will be later in the game. The seed will hard require breaking Sector 5 in another way.
Okay, let me open the map here. Some names just do not tick for me.
I actually need to take a look at something here, so I'm going to pop off for just a second if you want to carry the show, Hugo.
Alright, so this is... okay, Sector 4 for beginning. They did grab bombs. They do have gravity. And they have a way to get out of here, so it's gonna be fine. Yes, Scotty plus Dragon Fangs is you take the strongest executor in this game, and you give him a cartographer, because that's mostly what Dragon's role is. They say it's a coaching role, but there is nothing preventing the coach from actually routing for you. And we're seeing some divergence. Hercules going for the high jump first. Meanwhile, Scotty going for speed. There's our first heat tank. The ground.
Yeah. This seed may have a logic bug in it, so we are currently talking with the admin to see how to best handle this and taking a look to make sure that this is something our runners will be able to complete. So give us just a moment here on that.
Wait, this set has a logic bug? They have gravity and they get speed from this sector. It's not really a problem.
No, the problem will come in Sector 5.
Sector 5. What are we expecting? Ah. I see. Yeah. Oh, they got supers as well. Sector 4 being loaded. What is Scotty doing, playing around with the crab like that? Meanwhile, Hercules is just leaving 4.
Yeah, so popping in to explain a little bit more of what we've got on, there is a bug that this version of the randomizer will sometimes think that you can access the back of the speed trap in Sector 5 without having to break Sector 5. Now the ways you break Sector 5 are you either have Gravity Suit, Varia, and Speed Booster, or you have Varia Suit, Speed Booster, either High Jump or Space, some sort of bombs, Wave Beam, and you unlock yellow doors. Now both of these routes require Varia. Varia is locked behind yellow doors. Normally you can get around this if you can break into Sector 5 with using Screw Attack, break into it from Sector to its left, in this case Sector 6. Screw Attack is also locked behind breaking Sector 5 because it's in the back of Speed Trap. So we are working on, the admin team has been notified of this, because the only way that you can get through this is going to be to do a clip to get to the red doors room, at which point, because we have gravity, the runners will be able to get through that. But yeah, we have Varia Suit is in the magic box, or as some of you used to know it, I can't believe it's not Sector 6. And Screw Attack is in the back of the speed trap.
I'm pretty sure people want to see these two runners clipping. But
unfortunately, chat, you can't hell run to get into lower 5 because the cold damage does knockback to the runners.
Yeah, you cannot build speed.
So you can't build speed to break through the speed booster blocks.
Nova Stairs. What is here? Oh, plasma beam. So far, they're running basically the same route. Not much to diverge on. This bug with the logic on 5. Oh dear. Yep. Hmm. Okay, so Scotty is stopping. Hmm. Okay, so I wonder if Hercules just shut off everything else and is just going for it. Oh. So, I think Scott is gonna be a mad lad and attempt the clip. So, we're gonna wait for Hercules to see what he attempts. He's
The
already
clip
going to.
is relatively doable. The only problem with it is that it's not something that if you haven't learned how to do it in advance that you would be able to figure out. Because the out of bounds movement involves a lot of counting and knowing which directions to go in order.
Okay. Hercules is not even saving. Okay.
Yeah, and this is a case where this is the type of trick that, based on the rules for this tournament, would need to be disclosed ahead of time. Looks like we're just working on getting in touch with Herc to let him know the situation here.
Yeah, a lot of runners do this. The race starts and they just shut off anything external. So, okay, Herc's probably coming to the realization that things are off. And we got a new race room.
That we do.
So we have potentially four games today because the first one has just been axed.
Yeah, the only reason I caught it as quickly as I did is I've had a seed with that exact one before, and that's what got me to learn the clip.
Okay. Good thing that happened a spoiler race, yeah.
You know, it's a morning spoiler log, so we wanted to give our runners a second to wake up here.
So while we get set up again, it's a friendly reminder to make sure you have water.
Absolutely, always important to hydrate.
Coffee has water in it, sure. I mean, I've been awake for 4 hours already, so this much is no problem for me. Don't know about others though.
I've been awake for 1 hour, arguably.
Yeah, so I had enough time in the morning to actually have another go at chopping up the plastic edges on a fan. I'm trying to reassemble a mosquito trap, one of those that use UV LEDs. But it was originally made to use an 80 millimeter fan. I'm adapting it to use a 120. The problem is the rotary tool I have is it's a bit garbage, and unless the battery is at full charge, it just has no power.
Oh,
Like,
that's no good.
imagine a cutting desk getting stuck on plastic. Like, that's what I have to deal with. It's charging right now, so hopefully I'll have another go later. But yeah, I want to have that trap working again just so I can have one extra place where mosquitoes just have no chance.
Now you're making me happy that at this time of year where I'm at, I don't have to worry about that problem because the weather is cold enough to take care of it for me.
Oh yeah, uh, it does
Seems
get
like
like
everyone here either is in Europe or has been awake since really early because of various reasons, probably involving pets.
I woke up because I leave my window open, so it's like as early as 6 in the morning, everything is already bright. So yeah,
The thing that we are really happy for is that we can bring the viewers from this time of day a high tier matchup instead of throwing them all in US Eastern Coast evening time.
oh my
Honestly,
god,
I'm only awake because I wanted to talk about Herculesbenchpress because otherwise I would be watching this matchup anyway.
oh yeah, this one is the one with big expectations.
And
'Cause,
taking a look at the news seed that has dropped. Okay, good news. This seed had me worried for a moment because we are going to find Various Suit in the same location, or not the same, but close to the same. It's also in the back of Speed Trap, but we do have a way to get to it.
yeah, its crew attack is available this time instead of being locked as well. So yeah, but overall it looks like a more fun seed. I question the order of items as presented by the log.
Yeah, a lot of times the log likes to put things in a weird order, but looking at this one, I think we're in for a pretty quick seed here. A couple of our sectors don't have any items here. But chat, you know the drill. We are off and getting ready to climb the main climb. Are we going to start with Morph Ball, Speed Booster, or are we going for one of the missiles again?
This climb is always something impressive.
And taking a look here, since we are a couple seconds out of sync, but it looks like our runners neck and neck going up the main climb, getting ready to get their first item today. And our runners are about to have a bad time with what they are going to pick up. Some sort of missile is statistically the most common, maybe not as even as you might think. We've seen a lot more morph seeds in 0.11.6, but we have diffusions, which is objectively the worst shot because normal missiles, you need 3 hits to take out the Garen, 3 hits to take out the door. Diffusions do half of that, so they take 5 each.
Yeah, you're firing rubber missiles.
See Ronald here making the big brain play, saying, you know, I know this first seed is a fake.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But yeah, we are still going to have items in the main deck in sectors 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Although 3, it looks like, is going to be optional. Oh, and our runners are going to be in for a treat when they find Plasma Beam. But I'll leave that one a surprise for chat. Early bombs is nice, picking those up at the second missile's location. We are going to have Morph Ball in the Arachnus E-Tank location, and we're going to see if our runners will jump up into the attic to pick up their main missile data. Main missile data does add 10 damage to our missiles, taking them up to 15.
They're taking that. At this
But
moment,
also, it can cause some bosses to spawn. Both runners do want to pick that up. They do want their damage. And you know what? Let's let chat throw your thoughts. Plasma is the last item that was placed in this seed. Where do we think it's going to be? The only thing I've ruled out is it is not in Sector 1. We will not see Sector 1 in this run. Or at least if we do, I'm going to wonder what our runners are thinking. But also, can we just take a second to appreciate how closely we were synced here for a second with our runners?
Hercules had
Scotty
some
now getting about a
mishaps.
one-room lead over Herc. And with runners of this caliber, it's a real question is going to be, how many E-Tanks are we going to see these two go out of their way to pick up? Because looking at the seed, I'm not seeing any, aside from this one here in the cubby hole, that are completely free.
Quite possible that they go, that this is it. Let me see here.
So far we have guesses of Xbox, Animals, for Plasma Beam. And we've got our runners saying, let's go to Sector 2, making a good play here. Sector 2 is going to hold Charge Beam, Gravity Suit, High Jump Boots, and Screw Attack. And for all we know, it could or could not have Plasma Beam, so we'll find that out.
I see about two E-Tanks, somewhat easy to route in Sector 2.
Also, Scotty, remembering that he has bombs, going back up to bomb his way through and picking up a little bit of a lead here from that.
Yeah, there's the randomizer situations where you just try to not get into autopilot.
And looking at the spoiler log, we have our speed booster, and speed booster is going to be in Sector 4, so the initial gut reaction would be, oh, I want to go to Sector 4 first, I have access to it. But Sector 4 would suck to get out of if you don't have blue locks to put down the water, or gravity suit, both of which are in Sector 2.
But you can get out because of diffusion. It's not pleasant, but you can.
Ronald making a good point that Plasma being in space is an option, although if the seed is a jet, that would be impossible. Although, jet is a relative term with spoiler lock because even the slow ones we see will take top runners like 30, maybe 35 minutes. If we go much above that, something has gone wrong.
I mean, Animorphs has had a lot to say about that. Seeing Jagger take like 50 minutes, that was special.
Our runner's picking up Charge Beam from the Sector 2 data room. Also, Ronald Rage saying that people often forget the water room is locked behind a blue door. So does the logic sometimes. So that is
Yeah.
the other common bug that you'll see. Another thing we'll see is our runners picking up their high jump boots in the check before the data room.
So
2
the
more
thing about
items
the
to pick up
logic,
before they leave here. And Herc, where are you going?
Herc is entering the. Oh my god, he's gonna go the roundabout route. I
Let's
guess
see,
it's.
what is below? Yeah, because the only thing below the data room is going to be a power bomb tank, so Herc going the long way around here. Scotty
He's gonna
choosing to go
get.
through the P-trap. We do have our screw attack will be down in the Oasis.
So Herc is gonna be able to get one E-tank through this route.
Oh yeah, he will be able to grab one in the Blue Zoro room. There's also an E-tank in
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall, which Scotty has picked up Gravity Suit already from Blue Locked Missiles. I'll be curious to see if he wants that. Scotty
Nope.
does not want that. Herc without Gravity Suit, I think, will not be going to Oasis, and also didn't want the one from the Blue Zoro. I mean, these two runners are of a caliber. They have run 0% in a marathon before. So having one E-tank, still more than they have a lot of times in the game.
Oh, there's the other one.
Scotty going into the P-trap, wanting a little bit of safety. You can't blame him for that.
That one is
Especially, there's
faster
a
to
good
route.
chance that there will be a little bit longer of an ice core fight, as super missiles are going to be locked in Crap Battle, of all places. I don't think we'll see our runners picking those up.
Ooh, a red.
Scotty gonna go through the connector using that screw attack to get into Sector 4. And this will let him drop into Sector 6. He won't have Varia Suit, which is hiding in the back of the speed trap. Scotty, there's a red lock there. You can't get into that part of Sector 4. Oh, with diffusions. Scotty's
We
going to
can
be
enter.
able to use diffusions to access main Sector 4, and Herc picking up Gravity Suit in the blue locked missiles.
Alright. Scotty is getting confused. You don't visit this area normally without the level 4 being out.
Yeah, I was questioning if Scotty was up to something because, well, he has forgotten more about this game than I've ever known, and that's not even counting the fact that he has Dragon Fangs in a call helping with the routing, as runners are allowed to have a coach here.
Oh!
And Herc about to remember that there's a red door here. Fortunately, he has broke one of the top locks, so not soft locked here.
Oh my
Both of
God.
our runners wanting to get a little cute going into Sector 4 at the top check of Sector 4 Osiris Escape. We are going to be rewarded with Speed Booster, that way our runners can go fast. Sector 4 will also have ISIL data down in the waterway. I suspect we will see both runners pick that up, as that dramatically speeds up the SAX fight.
Let's see here.
Although they will also be picking up Ice Beam later on, as that will be in the front of the speed trap. Normally I would say we wouldn't see that, but
It's on the way.
yeah. But our runners have to go into the back of the room anyway, and you don't skip Ice Beam if you're in the room for it. It does add damage to your beam. Scotty picking
Actually,
up the
no.
ice missiles.
We will not be seeing that. Because they can just backdoor the Sector 5 and break it that way.
That is true. I'm so used to Varia being hard required by these seats that I forgot that that's not needed. With it being that close to the weight, it's possible we could see runners pick that up for safety, it's possible we could see them not. Because even top runners such as these two will sometimes go for a safety pickup. Herc recognizing that ice missiles are here, meanwhile Scotty going back into upper lower 4, and probably going to head down into Sector 6, which will contain wide beam. Herc picking
Oh
up
my
ice
god, that
missiles
is a
on the
very
way out of
convenient.
Sector 4. We'll see if Herc decides to go out of the way for wide beam. Depending on other
It's right
equipment,
there.
it can save a minute or two. It can save as low as 30 seconds if you get good fights. So I guess we'll have to find out. Herc also going down the drain pipe. And Scotty in Mission Impossible. Scotty definitely values having wide beam. We've heard him say that in interviews before. And
So
wide beam he has.
the deal with wide beam is you guarantee that you will be able to, what am I call? No, never mind.
Scotty also
Rip?
picking up wave beam.
I don't know why you grabbed that, but
Yeah, I'm
with
looking
Jill,
through this. I don't see anything hard locked by wave beam, but if Scotty's picking it up, I trust him more than I trust myself. And then this routing here, taking wave beam from the first item in Sector 6, being able to backdoor right into 5 to go open red locks. And depending on where Plasma is, this could be a quick one.
double reds.
As a reminder for chat, we still haven't found that yet. Wide beam, however, getting picked up by Herc over in Mission Impossible. Let's see if he also wants wave beam. Oh, I figured out why Scotty wants wave beam.
It's for the...
There is an item that wave beam can help. Herc might be picking up another option, or no, Scotty wants supers. Supers are in crab battle. Wave beam is one way to get through there. I know Scotty has been known to prioritize that, and here's our answer: plasma beam in the worst room in the game.
You now have the complete noodle beam, which lags this room like no tomorrow.
Without Ice Beam, that does mean that Omega is much harder to stunlock. It is possible if you get perfect positioning. But chat also correct, Scotty is in go mode. Thank you to those of you hopping in from SpeedGaming too. We are showing a winner's bracket round 2 matchup between CScottyw and Herculesbenchpress in the Metroid Fusion Randomizer tournament. Winner goes on to play Jagger G. The loser will drop down into the elimination bracket to go against... one moment while I find that. CScottyw with a bit of a lead here. About 40-second lead, maybe a little bit more. And the loser of this matchup will drop down to play Army of One in the elimination round bracket.
And Hercules... oh, now he's getting to level 4 locks.
And CScottyw showing off why he picked up that wave beam, picking up the super missiles in crab battle. We won't see Herc getting that as he doesn't have any way in there. With the type of missiles our runners will have, Scotty has full missiles, Herc has everything except supers. That'll be, I think, 2 more shots on the ice core that Herc has to do. So I think that does pick up Herc a little bit of time overall.
Oh my god. Ronald is telling his tale.
Yeah, sorry Ronald. Nothing personal, just that seed told me I had to go fast. Games 2 and 3 had at least some close stuff to the battle, which I won't give too many details here for anyone who has not caught up or is watching later on YouTube. But if you haven't seen Game 1, I think make a little bit of time to go back to catch the VOD on that one. Maybe a little on the self-promotion side, but I will accept that here. Meanwhile, Scotty breaking out of Sector 4 into Sector 2, Herc just going up through the drain pipe. And we're gonna have an exciting finish here. Scotty a few rooms ahead of Herc. And Scotty will have a little bit more damage against the SAX, a couple fewer shots on the ice core. But Herc might be able to get a quicker Omega fight if Scotty doesn't get the positioning perfectly.
Yeah, this is gonna be tricky.
Normally, I try to play up some drama here and say we've got a close race, but I don't even need to here. Oh, Scotty's showing off a Shine Spark that I haven't seen before. That was a little bit of swag there.
I
Herc
think it,
going for the more common jump.
I think you stopped the run a bit early. Safe to save,
Yep,
since you
runners
are in low
always want to take a
percent.
safety save here in the tournament, as we've seen we've seen SAX take out some runners before, and also there is potential for a frame perfect soft lock.
So if you get careless, each time you get shot by the SAX, you lose a full E tank. And since you don't have Varia, you will get frozen and get slapped with a super missile on top of that.
We do have a shot here at having our second sub 20 finish of the tournament. And Scotty going up against the SAX first phase, getting the diagonal, 7 shots to take it out. Herc onto the same phase. We've got 3 diagonals, we've got 4. These runners are so practiced at the strat. Herc proving that 4-shot not a myth, going to save a little bit of time. Scotty already onto the ice core, as Herc fighting the most cursed Hornode in the game.
Scott is gonna save a bit of time here, since last shots to deal with the core.
Yeah. And it looks like Herc not even trying for doubles, just cheesing the ice core. Scotty first to get through here. Herc going to need, I want to say, 3 more shots. It's okay, who's counting anyway? Scotty setting off the propulsion sequence. It takes about 2 minutes to get through there from the finish, so we might see Scotty with an upper 19-minute time. Definitely has the edge on Herc, although it'll depend on if he's able to get the positioning for the for the stun lock.
Oh yeah. What makes
So
it a spoiler
Alara, the
now?
spoiler log tournament is our runners are running with a spoiler log, so they have a chart with where all of the items are, and that's what enables everything to go so quickly. And blink and you miss it, Scotty already about to go for the low height. He's got a 30-second lead on Herc to this point. Anything can happen, but at this point it is still Scotty's race to lose.
So yeah, Scotty looking primed to beat Holmstein.
Scotty, gonna have to watch out though, down to 1 hit point. And Herc getting the low height. And it's going to be a close one. Both of our runners with Omega on the screen, but Scotty able to shoot, Herc not. Scotty not getting the positioning to do the stun lock here. I don't think that'll be enough to make up the gap. Omega is red, Herc not able to shoot, and CScottyw is going to be through first. And looking over at the win, CScottyw is going to finish with a racetime.gg official time of 19:54. Herc also through Omega and will finish with a 20:09. Get your GGs in the chat for both of our runners. And congrats to CScottyw for the second sub 20 time of the tournament.
Wait, the second one? When was the first one?
Spoilers, Hugo.
Okay. And
Herc with, as far as I know, the 3rd fastest time we've seen so far this tournament. And you hate it when you get one of the fastest times ever, and you still lose the race.
That happens, especially when it's from something of this caliber. And
meanwhile, Hugo, I've let you know what's going on, but our viewers, they're gonna have to watch through the tournament VODs if they want to find out.
Oh. Huh. Okay then. That's certainly something to be proud of.
And yeah, Ronald, definitely, this is one of those games where when you come down to 15 seconds apart, one different decision on either side could make the difference.
So I was wondering. So Scotty remembering to use bombs when he first entered Sector 2. I there's a very high chance that was Dragon just remembering that oh hey, you have bombs, there's a shortcut here. Pretty sure it went something like that.
It's very possible. I know Scotty has also said that sometimes Fangs will tell him what to do, and he'll hear part of it and start to do it. But that is one of the benefits of having a coach. Not a lot of runners have been taking advantage of that in the tournament, which is really interesting to see, but I think for a lot of the players here, a lot of the fun is on doing the routing on the fly. Meanwhile, for CScottyw, everything comes down to gotta go fast.
His IGT is.
And looking over at the bracket here, so there is voting in the challenge bracket, and it looks like the voting 75% are favoring Scotty in this best of 3 series, 25% favoring Herc. This is a best of 3 with CScottyw taking game 1, and we're getting set up for game 2 here.
We briefly had her just showing up for a split second there.
And 1 second here while I take a look at something.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the bathroom, be right back.
Stick around for just a moment, chat. Sorry, I was talking on mute. But we will be back. This is going to be a best of 3, and we will be back in just a moment with game 2. Yeah, and PCal just pointing out that it was only a 15-second win, and that just goes to show how good both of these runners are. And, like, I think Herc may have run more rando than anyone in the tournament so far. Admittedly, a lot of it on older versions. But we are getting set off, the timer counting down, and we are going to be off. So once again, our runners are going to run up the initial climb, and in about a minute, we're going to see them stepping into the data room on the operations deck, where they will pick up Speed Booster, Morph Ball, or one of the missile data pickups. Chat, what do
I'm
we think is
back.
going to be there? I know the answer, but you don't. I'm looking at this seed. I don't see... It doesn't look like the spiciest, but this one looks like it'll be a little slower than last seed. Granted, that is not saying much. RP2 Knight going for speed missiles. Pikachu wanting this booster.
Speed missiles.
You know, I hope
Excuse
Avery's
me.
right and that there are cookies in the data room. Oh no, I've been scammed. Mark that one off your bingo cards, chat. Good job, Avery. You caught me in the morning.
Oh god. Oh right. Did you actually remember to give them the bingo?
Someone, I think Sanders had posted it earlier.
Okay. Oh dear.
But now we are going in here and we're going to see that this is a spicy seed. In that we are starting with Morph Ball. Morph Ball will open up the cubby hole as well as our runners have access to sectors 2 and 3. And we do have some items, including looking over the spoiler log, we have an item at the animals today. Will we see our runners pick it up? Will we see them save the animals? Probably not on saving them. Who knows if we'll see them pick it up though. Also, this seed is a little bit rude in its progression. I'm not going to see Speed Booster for a bit, as that is going to be locked away behind at least blue doors.
Yeah, this route is a bit all over the place. At least wide beam is easily accessible. And
Also
so is
easily
supers.
accessible is we have our power bomb data in the cubbyhole here. Yeah, it looks like our runners are going to get a treat that wide beam will be in the Sector 2 data room, so absolutely we'll see our runners pick that up. And
Yeah, we went a little bit out of sync on the runner stream. If you look at the timer differences.
yeah, that happens. We've got a couple
happens.
of seconds here, but both of our runners making the only real choice available to them, as you can't pick up any of the things in Sector 3 until they have Speed Booster. So our runners are going to take a hop into Sector 2, open up their blue doors, and also in Sector 2 they have the option to pick up Ice Missile data before the data room. Wide Beam in the data room. If they really want it, Wave Beam is sitting behind the Kago, and if they want to come back later, we've got Ice Beam down in the upper check of Zazavi Speedway.
We had a reversal now. Scotty forgot about the shortcut, and Herc remembered it.
Our runners do want to make sure that they put on a show for us here.
Oh yeah.
Scotty taking out the Zoro on the way into the data room. Everything in Sector 2 hits like a truck. And I don't know if we saw either runner save on the way in. But 3 hits
fine.
from anything here, and our runners are out.
You have get hit twice for Scotty and 3 times for Herc. So it's there's a cushion. Not a very soft cushion, but it's there.
Kikal, if that has been raised, it has been outside of anywhere that I've seen it. But our runners, Herc the first to pick up Wide Beam, Scotty choosing to pick up Ice Missile data on the way in. And here's hoping that Herc remembers to pick it up on the way out. So Herc laying down the power bomb before going into the data room. That way he doesn't have to wait on it, and is able to just roll in and pick up the Ice Missiles on the way out. Scotty also downloading his Wide Beam. Tell you, I wish I could just download Wide Beam.
Oh yeah. And
looks like we paused to sync up the stream. Herc is going to pick up the Wave Beam behind the Kago.
Okay, what?
It could be the order that Herc is thinking of routing Sector 5. He may be looking to break Sector 5 without picking up Gravity Suit first. Gravity Suit will be in lower Sector 6. Down in the wine cellar, alongside Plasma Beam in the free E-Tank. I think what Herc is looking at doing here is being able to break Sector 5 with a Varia, a jump upgrade, bombs, speed booster, wave beam, and yellow locks. Go through there. Oh wait, but you still need gravity to go into lower 4, so that routing breaks down. Meanwhile, Scotty, a little bit ahead of Herc, going into Sector 1, breaking the first stabilizer.
Power bombs here are very nice.
Yeah, power bombs are the fastest way to take out the stabilizers. Scotty picking up super missile data in the Hornode hole, and Sector 1 is the obvious play. Speed booster going to be down at the Crab Guardian. And yeah, Ronald pointing out no cargo jump for swag, and SMH indeed. Although, do you really want to swag for wave beam? Because I know I sure don't.
Oh, God,
I'm
so
really
many
curious to
missiles,
see how Herc's decision to pick up wave beam plays out, because Scotty's skipping it. And that's what allowed him to get ahead. Gonna drop a power bomb to get through this third stabilizer, and also neither of our runner has picked up an E-tank yet. Looking through here, I don't see a lot of obvious times or obvious places to pick it up. There is going to be one in the far check of the lava dive, so we won't see that. Scotty already onto stabilizer 3, Herc getting held up by the door in 2.
We're gonna get one when they go for level 2 locks.
Okay, we do have one in the Telltale Heart.
That seems to be it. As far as they are, like, in the way, thanks. Do they? Wait. Oh, right. We did not see Arachnos. That's,
Yeah, we will not be catching the Arachnos area today. And yeah, Avery, power bombing the stabilizers is a good trick in Rando, and in fact, getting to know where you can lay the power bomb to hit them when you come into the room, very helpful. Scotty making expert work of the Western Pirate climb. Herc not far behind. Let's see, after the Moto hallway, Scotty gets out of Moto hallway at 8:09, so we'll be able to see just what the difference is between these runners as we get there. Herc freezing some pirates to make the climb a little bit easier to not take damage. He is out of missiles at this point. We don't have charge beam yet, as that is in the speed lock to check at the, across the first heck run in Sector 3. So Scotty with about a 20-second lead on Herc at this point. Which, hey, we saw our last run decided by 15 seconds, so we'll see if that lead holds. Of course, from the viewer's perspective, we're hoping to see Herc win this race, as CScottyw did take Game 1 of the Best of 3 series. And if Herc wins, that means we get a Game 3 and more fusion is more good.
So the problem here is I'm not sure how much... Yeah, so unless that wave beam actually manifests into something for Herc's route, it's going to be a net time negative. Oh, hi, Space.
Base jump being picked up at the top of the main elevator. And of course our runners do not have high jump boots yet. Might not be going out of their way to pick them up, as those are in the upper 3 PB locked check. And there's no reason to go up there. And for anyone who has not played it, space jump without high jump is cursed. Herc taking a safety save going into Sector 3. Knight with the big brain here saying that we would get a Game 4. And Scotty getting the frame perfect speed store, however, not using it. Looks like he wants to first go pick up from the PB Stretchy his Varia suit. No bombs or high jumps, so he can't do the bomb jump to get in here more quickly. And without green doors open, the Stretchy is not present.
Yeah.
Herc going down into Telltale Heart to pick up the first E-tank. And noticing he does not have bombs or high jump. In the past, we would have thought that this was not possible. He will need to reset the room here. but you can do a Shine Spark a couple of tiles out to clear enough blocks that you can grab onto ledge. And
so here's Scotty's strat. He's gonna be able to use this to get through the hack run without many problems. Oh,
yeah, Scotty having Varia not having any problems picking up a power bomb tank because it is free while waiting for that power bomb to go out. Without high jump, Scotty knowing that he needs to actually do the spark up in that room. Meanwhile, Herc heading to go get his green doors a little bit too far out.
Herc is being hurt.
He can get it angling a missile. He's going to need to do one more Shine Spark to get the height on the jump. Losing a bit of time against Scotty here, who has already cleared everything of Sector 3.
Yeah,
aside
that is
from picking
costly.
up high jump, which I think we'll see Scotty skip. And Scotty doesn't even want green doors.
Yeah, he's gonna go straight for level 3.
The play. Scotty may be looking to break Sector 5.
Yeah,
Does
you can get
Scotty
level
know
3.
a
So.
clip that we don't know about to get into lower 5? I know that there are some clips to get down there. Because without
he
Wave
has
Beam...
everything. No, he has everything to get to 5, to the bottom 5.
Oh, right. He has everything to open yellow doors, not to break the sector.
Yeah.
And we will have Screw Attack at Mama Garubis, so Scotty is just going to take advantage of... We're not using split security. He can just go open yellow locks, and that'll open green and blue as well.
Hey, Scotty remembers the other shortcut.
Herc doing a little bit of a think here.
Yeah, the Herc is in trouble.
Meanwhile, Scotty making his way through Sector 5. Not dropping the PB in advance, but... Meanwhile, Herc gonna have to go the intended strat through the speed-locked E room. Having Wave Beam so it's a bit easier and a bit faster. But CScottyw off to a commanding lead at this point. And one of the things I've really liked about having Sector Shuffle in the rando is how green locks are fairly common to skip. Scotty taking a little bit of a detour to go above the yellow locks. He will pick up his main missile data and 10 additional damage there. We have seen that Scotty does value having increased missile damage.
It saves time on the core. Like, each hit you save on the core is seconds of time save.
Yeah, it does become a little bit more complex of an equation if you're not as practiced as Scotty is at doing doubles on the ice core. But with Scotty being as practiced as he is, even having the slowdown of diffusion missiles, not too much for him. And Herc going to show off. Unfortunately, we don't have his audio to get you some cat jam here. But Herc gonna fight everyone's favorite security robot Box. As he wants to pick up the high jump boots that are locked in the top here.
Oh, Herc is out of ammo.
Yeah, if Herc had more health, I would say just use tackle box strats and do pseudo screws. Meanwhile, Scotty already up to Mama Garubis, still having enough power bombs to get out, picking up Screw Attack. Next thing we're gonna see him need to do will be get into Sector 6. Sector 6 all the way on the left at the elevator lobby. And that's where I don't think we'll see him bother with bombs, but we will have Gravity Suit in the wine cellar and Plasma at the free E-Tank, and that'll be enough for go mode. And then Scotty can break left out of Sector 6 into 4, fall down into the back of 5, and if I had to put a bet on the amount of time to finish the seed, I think we see Scotty finish with a high 24, maybe a low 25.
And that seems about right.
And Ronald very accurate here that routing while playing is not easy. It's even worse if you're trying to stream and talk about it while you do it.
That is the big difference for having like someone else with you. Like having someone to route for you while you're racing, it's
Oh, and
one
Scotty
less
finding an
mental load.
E-Tank in the first item in Sector 6. Getting just a little bit of safety there. And
I
that's
don't know
one where
why.
the names aren't fully written or aren't fully visible with how narrow the column is in the spoiler log spreadsheet that we're looking at, so it wasn't obvious that that was there. But good to know for our runners.
Oh yeah, on the secondary columns they are not very much visible, but you can fix that by just double clicking the edge of the G column if you have edit permits.
Oh, it looks like Scotty just barely not getting the power bomb out before landing on picking up his plasma beam at the free E-Tank in Sector 6. Laying a power bomb since there's no SAX to do it for him here.
But yeah, this is something that trips people as well. In
Herc
vanilla,
also
the
running into Sector
SAX.
6.
So in vanilla, the SAX does that for you, but in rando, you have to do it yourself.
And Scotty the first to the gravity suit down in the wine cellar. Herc going to have to be a little bit careful with his power bomb management here, as they are not easy to refill, needing to use power bombs to take out the Garen, because he only had one missile left, and he's only got 3 left. Picking up the E-Tank at the first item here, and
Scotty getting trolled by the Chroma box.
Herc's going to need to refill on the Ghidorah to Mega Core, because he only has 3 power bombs. He's gonna need one to get down from the free E-Tank. He'll need a second to get through the SAX room, a third to blow up the wine cellar to get the item. And if he doesn't pick up another power bomb before he picks up the wine cellar item, that's gonna be a soft lock.
Okay.
And I really hope for Herc's sake that he sees it too.
Yeah, Herc is just losing more and more time compared to Scotty.
Yeah, this is one of those seats where with things being all over the place, it really helps having someone to do the routing for you. We'll see, Taurus. It looks like Herc is going to be in shambles here. Oh, you hate to see it. Herc, please notice it. Herc catching himself and realizing that when there's a major pickup there, the power bomb block will always reform on you.
There is like
Heads up play to go pick up the red X from the Ghidorah, but Scotty already in the back half of Sector 5.
so it's random, but it's possible to grab the major and still be to the right enough that you prevent the bomb block from reforming. But it's like rare.
It is also not a thing that I would want to take a chance on in a race, especially when you have the free refill just a room to the right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one thing you learn when you don't pick up bombs in Rando is that power bombs are a consumable item and you can run out of them. Herc getting a little bit trolled by the jumps here, not having base jump. Trying to
You
go a
can do
little bit
this.
too fast using the shot extends, and yeah, there he goes, just letting himself take a couple extra jumps. Meanwhile, see ScottyW at 20 minutes and 1 second opening red locks, and that is going to be go mode. And I have to say, just looking at this, I don't know that Scotty and Fangs could possibly have routed the seat better. And with the screw attack that Scotty was able to route in, which also Herc won't have, That's also going to give Scotty a faster way out of lower 4 when Herc gets there. Diffusions are up at the animals. We're not likely to see that. So Herc is going to have to scam his way out of lower 4. Scotty passing on a Red X from the Kago. Makes sense, doesn't really need the ammo from that, although that is a good place for anyone playing at home. If you're trying to go fast, that's a place where if you have screw attack, you can refill your ammo and health on the way out. And I agree with Knight, the recognition to pick up space was definitely impressive. You cut out a lot of Sector 3 that way.
And we're gonna have a very fast finish.
Scotty's going to refill on the way out of, I think this is Sector 6? This is Sector 6. Our runner's synced up in the Sector 6 elevator. That's not even a high five. Our runners were holding hands there. Unfortunately for her, he still has a lot to do, and Scotty on his way up to go win the game.
Oh,
Anything can happen in Randomizer, but at this point, Scotty with a commanding lead.
Yeah, we'd need some very terrible accident for this to turn around.
You know, Taurus, this is just the type of early morning content you can get on SpeedGaming 3. Early morning because, apparently, in my world, 10 a.m. is early in the morning. And forget other time zones. You know, Avery,
Yes.
I would question one E-Tank, but this is also CScottyw. Although he doesn't have high jump. And without high jump, it does change the jump height and thus a little bit on the timing for the stun lock.
He can just do like the horizontal ones, I guess.
You can, but I don't think we'll see Scotty do that.
Yeah, that looks fine.
Oh, dropping the stun lock and Scotty down to 39 health. Gonna have to be careful from here as any other hit going to cause his death, but showing off that 4-shot not a myth. That is true. And also, yeah, motion to rename Space Jump without high jump to Curse Jump. Meanwhile, Herc having to powerbomb through the fish maze here to get down to red doors, as he does not have screw attack. Scotty, meanwhile, still even one shot away, confident enough in his Ice Core fight to take it out. That is Ice Core down. Scotty through the SAX fight. And as long as he doesn't take a bad hit against Omega, this is Scotty's race to lose.
He can get swiped once.
Azure, I have tested that before. If you are at exactly 1 HP when the Omega hits you down to 1, it does in fact do no damage and leaves you at 1 hit point because that's a scripted HP value. The best part is I didn't even test that on accident. I have ended up multiple times at 1 hit point leaving the SAX fight. Don't ask me how I've done that. I am just your favorite commentator shambles out of habit.
The SAX fight do like to go sideways sometimes.
It does. It's just impressive when you manage to get exactly 1 HP. Granted, now I almost always go in with full health. Ooh, Scotty denying us low height a second time. Doesn't care. He's just gonna run. He's gonna go fast.
Hercules, oh my god, what a roundabout way to get out of 4.
And it looks like Scotty is about to prove my earlier estimate correct here as well. As Scotty is in the Omega cutscene, and Herc having a bit of trouble here going up the puffers. Too bad he didn't save the animals and pick up their diffusion. And without space jump, you need to freeze the top puffer to be okay. Scotty playing it cautious on the Omega here, knowing he doesn't have the health, getting the position, getting the stun lock, and that's gonna do it. Get your GGs in chat here as CScottyw is going to take this race with an official racetime.gg time of 25 minutes and 38 seconds. GG to Scotty. This will take him through the series 2-0. And CScottyw, I can talk. CScottyw moving on to winners quarterfinals to face off against the number 1 seed Jagger G. Herc, meanwhile, dropping into the lower bracket to have an elimination round grudge match against Army of One. And we are waiting on getting our runners into chat here. And Herc has chosen not to finish the seed as he did see his opponent finished.
The ability. So, we're... Oh, hey. This is gonna be a fun interview.
Yeah, so we are about to be joined by both of our runners, CScottyw and Herculesbenchpress, as well as Scotty's routing coach, Dragonfangs. And they are just getting set up before they pop up. But chat, get ready with any questions that you have here. Our runners gave us some great races.
They're sure taking their time. Oh, GG, Scotty.
Thank you.
GG, Hercules. GG,
Hey.
Dragon.
GG.
I mean, so, like, we didn't need to open yellow doors.
Did you not open yellows? How did you do
No.
it?
I had Varia, Gravity, and Wave Beam, so it was already broken.
But you need high
You
jump.
actually
you
didn't
picked
need
the
that
way.
wave beam, Herc.
You
How
had
did you
high
get
jump.
high jump?
I had high jump too. It was at the top.
Oh,
it
we
was at
never
the top
grabbed
of
high
3.
jump.
I was
Yeah, but
thinking of
then-
skipping it for space jump, but I was like, it makes sense to grab it because Varia suit was right there, so I could grab that, grab Varia, and then have it broken, and then
But
do
isn't-
whatever I need to
isn't-
do and scam out.
Isn't high jump locked by green doors? I thought high jump was locked by green doors.
High jump was
Yeah, you
locked
can
by
get green doors. I got greens.
Huh?
How did you get greens?
Yeah.
You need high,
So
you need high
you-
jump or
you-
bombs.
Did you
to
have
get-
bombs?
You don't need those. You can do a
I had
shine
power
spark,
bombs, but
actually.
I got a speed boost and I broke the front blocks and I missiled the 2 behind it, and then I got another speed boost, grabbed those, and was able to roll in with Morph Ball.
What?
Oh,
Don't
Yeah.
give them
what
more
a game! I
strats,
didn't know that was
Herc.
possible.
The rest of us need a chance.
And honestly, I think knowing that set you back because I think that row was actually.
I think so.
I did not.
I was.
I thought you like specifically needed high jump or bombs to get green doors.
I need
Yeah.
to rewatch. I need to rewatch that because what you just said about getting into greens just went completely over my head.
I fumbled
Scotty.
with it a little bit. It lost me a bit of time.
I didn't know you could do that with just
Oh,
speed without like doing out of bounds shenanigans.
Yeah,
So
you
I had
don't need
power
any
bombs, so
sort
it can
of
clear the
missiles or
bomb,
anything.
and then if you like reset the room,
Oh.
you can speed boost the
Oh,
front
yeah,
blocks
yeah,
off,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
shoot the top ones off, and then roll through.
Yeah.
So, oh god. So, by the way, you should use the power bomb after you're up on the tunnel. That's
well,
the room
yeah.
reset.
Listen,
And
That's
It
a
was-
good
Wave
idea.
Beam messed you up there quite a bit.
it was a mess.
And,
that entire sector 3 was a mess. Okay.
yeah.
Meanwhile,
As
we
long
were
as you
over
don't-
here in the booth being really impressed with the decision to open yellows instead of opening greens. I thought that was
so
a very
Army
intentional
was
play.
Army was routing for me, and he was like, "Oh, go get go get Varia now," and I was like, "But I need high jump." I was like, "I need to go up and get high jump first."
Well,
so we
Herc-
were like going back and forth. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go get charge beam now, and then I'm gonna go get high jump, and then I'm gonna go get Varia. We'll just get out of it this way.
If you
I
want to
was
pay
wondering
Army
if
back,
you had a guy
he's your
who
next
could-
opponent.
Yeah,
So,
I
you
said
had to knock him
Army
out of
That
was, was helping me out.
Ah.
Oh dear.
It'll be fun facing him though, because neither of us are gonna have a guide for that one. It's just gonna be a
Oh
slop
my
fest.
goodness. That
Oh.
sounds like a great time.
You know,
It's gonna
given
be a
how
messy
game two
race.
Went, it might help both of you.
I don't know what I would do if I had to go against Fangs.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I
Well,
would love to watch that race,
it's tough to race, like to look at it while you're racing and like
Yeah,
to plan it out. Like it
absolutely.
makes it like a
Absolutely.
little bit more difficult. So like having somebody else like with you there to be like, this is where this is, this is where this is. It helps you like build a map in your mind to help you out a little bit. But like it also
I
helps.
don't have a map in my mind.
Well, it also
I
helps if
can't
somebody
even
is
remember
like.
what items I have.
Yeah, I kept forgetting too. I forgot I had supers in Sector 3, and I was like, oh, I can just shoot these purple barriers, these purple Ghidorahs, or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
dang
yeah,
it.
Yeah, but I think it happens almost every time Scott and I run, where Scott is like, I think I'm stuck. And I'm like, no, you have speed.
Dude, I forgot that you could speed boost out of the entrance to Sector 4. It was like, that's vanilla behavior.
Oh.
Oh my god, you.
Also,
Like, how do I
just
bomb
talking about
these
that
blocks at
game
the
one
top?
there. What
Well,
did
I-
that
yeah,
do
Screw
you
attack,
have?
it's fine.
I didn't have any upgrades. I just had high jump and that was it. It's like, how do I get out of
Keep
here?
forgetting. I have to babysit it so much. Like, you don't imagine.
Oh my god.
You
You
don't
do
know.
takes way too
I'm
much of
the
thought
worst
process.
player.
Like we're good technically. Like and if I
Yeah.
was able to like sit here and like look at this and be like, okay, I got to go here without having to like use my
Yeah.
fingers and pay
All
attention.
my technicality goes out the window if I tried to do that.
Yeah, like I would be I'm good at routing, but like the problem is like it's like I can't pay attention to that and playing at the same time.
Yeah, doing
That
both at the same
sounds so
time is
hard.
very hard.
And you two say that, but also in
That
that, game
first one though, we were
you
so
put up
close.
That was
I
such a fast seed.
I felt like I was going so clean, and then I hear Army go, "You guys are neck and neck right now," and I'm like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I'm like, "He's going for doubles on Ice Core, and I'm not going to risk missing all of that and then needing to farm."
I was wanting to do doubles on Ice Core, but then I realized I didn't have space jump. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, there goes my setup for doubles.
Right. Well, that's. I knew I didn't have space jump, so I was like, I'm just going to take it one at a time and just
Yeah.
try to do it as quick as possible. But yeah, I got one double at the very end, but even
Lucky you.
it still wasn't enough. And I got
Yeah.
low height too, and no wave, and still couldn't make up the time.
Dang.
Yeah, so we picked up waves so that we could pick up supers, so that we could do doubles on the ice core. And then once we're there, we're like,
Couldn't
oh, you
even do
need
doubles.
space jump for this. Fuck.
I think I might have had
Oh.
supers in that seed.
You
I
did
think we
not.
needed-
Scotty had
I
them,
didn't?
but you
Okay.
did not.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. It was that crab battle. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah,
doing that.
Yeah.
battle. So you
Yeah.
needed either wave or power bombs, and we were like, the wave is close enough, and just grab it.
Yeah,
We were
also,
going-
that first race, the two of you put up the second and third fastest times we've seen all tournament, so...
Oh, shit.
And it
Who's
always
the
feels
first?
bad when you put up one of the fastest times overall and still lose the race.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like what was that? It was like I think I had like a 16-minute time, didn't I? In one of my first races.
Goodness gracious, sir.
If you had a 16, I haven't seen that one looking through the logs, so...
Did I? Oh,
Maybe
I don't
that was,
remember what it was. Maybe it was 26.
Was that maybe a seeding race?
Yeah, because the fastest
No, I
we've
didn't
seen
do any
so
seeding
far in the
races.
tournament that I'm
Oh.
aware of was a 17.
Jeez.
Mm.
And I
hope
am not letting
Dang.
chat know who put that one up.
Okay, my money's on Jagger.
Nah.
Jagger had a
I think it was
15
someone we
minute
don't
one.
expect.
Okay.
Jagger had a race that went for 15 minutes.
All right, I see you. Good stuff. Good stuff, Autumn. But yeah, no. So that first one, well, the not the false start first one, but the first one we finished. I thought for sure as we were going through it, and I was like, we were getting the item locations, and I was looking. I'm like, there's no way they don't go for reds. They don't do red door clip at this point. I'm like, just because plasma's right there, and they would have everything they needed already from 2.
Wait, for the actual?
Yeah.
I don't even consider the red door clip unless breaking 5 is really, really obnoxious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I haven't practiced Red Doors clip, so it would be really interesting to see me fumbling around in out of bounds. And
I
just
have not
pray that
practiced
I
it either.
landed.
Yeah,
I
I
have
thought I
not
remembered,
practiced it either.
Herc, that you said that you weren't exactly sure how to do it, and that's why I wanted to call that one off, as much as I would have loved to show it to chat.
Yeah,
But I've
I
had that
wasn't.
exact item placement before in a practice seed.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not 100% sure how to do it, but I know I was like, well, Fangs is guiding for Scotty. I'm like, he can just walk him through it, and like they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think Rezarin has a video on his YouTube channel. Because I know I learned it from one of his
yeah.
VODs to try to use against him in the last tournament.
Yeah,
Same,
I
I
know.
forgot
I
how
know
to do it.
how to do it because I found it myself, but I don't. It's been way too long.
Oh yeah, I was surprised how well I was playing for not having played since like my last race, and then before that,
same.
not having played for 6 months or so.
Yeah, I've been playing Echoes. I haven't even been running 2D games.
Yeah, you two just don't play much Fusion, casually put up a 19 and a 20 on us.
It was a fast seed.
It was a very fast seed.
I don't know.
Listen.
I feel I want to watch that back because like I'm really happy about going through connectors once I have Screw, but I think I might have overdone it.
Yeah, at one point, I hear Army was like, "Yeah, they're going through 2," and I'm like, "Why?" Like they're leaving 2, and I'm like, he goes, "They're leaving 2 now," and I'm like, "What the heck are they doing in 2?" I'm like, did they forget something?
Yeah, no. Once we have Screw, my mind goes like, how do we avoid as many elevators as possible?
Well, especially if
Fair.
you're used to vanilla, the elevators
Yeah.
being so much slower.
Yeah.
But also, there's just the fun of screw attack go burr.
Yeah.
True. Screw attack to go burr.
Those were fun. Those are good times.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sad I couldn't pull one out so that way we could see a third race.
Yeah, third race would have been real good.
What we were all hoping for here. I mean, technically, we got the false start, so we did get to see 3 seeds here.
I mean, if we
True.
did do, if we do the false start one, it would be me and Scotty pulling up Rezarin's video to like try to figure it out on the fly, and we'd probably finish in like 40 minutes. One of us
That's
maybe.
what I did in the one that I did it in.
Would have been super interesting to see.
Had my OBS recording, and I was like, I can still beat this.
That
Just
would
watching
be good
Rezarin's
content.
video on my other screen, figuring out what the counts are. And Scotty, don't worry, the road here is going to get so much easier for you.
Yeah.
As you're moving on to winners quarterfinals against Jagger G.
Oh, excellent. My favorite person.
Oh, I'm actually
Yeah.
jealous I don't get to race Jagger.
Just win enough times and you might.
True.
Yeah, it's still loser bracket.
There's still a chance.
There is a chance, yeah. I don't know.
Either Jagger goes on to winners finals and you make it all the way through losers, or Jagger goes into losers and you face off in losers.
That would be
Or
at the very end,
any
though.
number of combinations.
Yeah, I think he would have to win the next one, then lose the next one to be on my side of the losers bracket.
Well, I mean, whoever loses between Jagger and Scotty, though, is my next opponent if I can pull out my next win, so
Ooh, time to
it's
lose.
reasonably possible they make it over to your side, Herc.
Maybe. I might be facing Scotty again at one point. Like very soon.
Exciting.
Right?
I mean, I'm hoping that we can get forward enough that I'd like a rematch, Herc.
I mean, listen, I'd be down.
I mean, how many people
wow.
have to go out in the first tournament against the people who finished first and second?
True. Very true.
But we've got some exciting matchups, and then looking also across the bracket, the other winners quarterfinal matchup is going to be Nye the Bath versus Big Ohm. A lot of people have been sleeping on Big Ohm, and I showed everybody why you don't.
Who's he got routing for him?
I think he's just routing for himself.
What?
What a mad lad.
Yeah, if I recall, you two are the only two we've seen in the tournament who have had coaches helping with routing.
Yeah, that's what I recall.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find someone, but I keep going at weird times, and Honestly, unless I have someone who's on my same wavelength, they might throw me off because I'm still going to be trying to route on my own at the same time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the big problem is, especially with me, is like I just haven't had the time to really like sit down and actually like play and practice or do anything like that. So it's just like it helps to like have somebody there to like bounce stuff off of and to, you know, reassure yourself like, okay, this is the right way to go, or okay, where, you know, what's where and where, you know, what's the sector order, where should I go next, and having an extra set of eyes on things is really helpful.
And like
If
Scotty
it
and I
comes
were
down to it,
doing.
I will let you and Army fight over who gets me as a coach if you want.
Because like Scotty and I were doing practicing beforehand, right? Like before the tournament, and the first couple of times we were fumbling a lot, like not like talking over each other and like not understanding what one was talking about and being confused. But like you build a rapport. And
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Knight beating me to asking the question here. Ronald Rage in chat asking, for our runners, what's the fastest you two think is a possible finish on a jet seed?
It depends on the item locations. I would think somewhere between 13 and 15 minutes.
My thought from what I've seen would be a 15xx, because the one that I've
Yeah.
seen end in a 17, I don't know that you could get much faster.
I'm thinking that you just have like, if you just have variable gravity speed in main deck before going down, and 5 is one of the open sectors.
Yeah.
And then the items are on the way, like you could do it in like sub 10 probably, but it's so unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was afraid to say like 10, but yeah.
So you can get through, like if you just have all the majors in main deck, you can. Yeah. But the chances
from
that
red
they're
takes
just
about
astronomically low.
Yeah, especially if like there's like some amount of weighting to the items. It makes it, you know, more spread out, so it's tougher to see everything just line up like that. But I definitely between 10 to 15 if everything like lines up like that.
Lower end there.
Yeah.
We'll just have to find out whenever we can finally make Plandos and see how fast we can get through it.
Plandos, every item one after the other is what you need to finish and go.
Why don't you just use the debug menu, or does that not work on the random?
I don't know.
Start, give yourself everything, see how fast you can beat it. Since you only have to go for level 4 and then beat SAX.
I
think you would
try
have to.
that.
Yeah, but I think I mean, you would need to have access to that menu though, which you would need to use like a Game Shark or something, or a an action replay.
I know Clueless knows a way to hack it in. He's
Or
posted
you
it
could,
in the
Yeah,
Discord.
you can
There's
download a patch for it on Metroid Construction.
I don't think the patch works on Rando Seas, if I remember correctly.
I would think not.
Yeah, that's like.
But I know there's
early.
like just one hex edit you have to make to get it in, because Clues posted the offsets. I just don't know what to do with them because I keep wanting to make a newer practice seed. Because I have a practice one from 0.9.0, but that is a completely different world now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is old school right there.
What are we on now?
I have no idea.
0.11.6.
Wow.
The
Holy
version
cow.
in which bosses are never worth.
True.
Although I have been running into a number of majors in the Run Crumbler or in the Xbox Garage, so at least sometimes you have to fight Xbox.
I've had wide on Arachnus.
Even on Major Minor, I genned like 5 Major Minor seeds, and the most majors I've seen on a boss is 1.
Jeez,
Really?
that's great. Yeah, that's I think partially what's allowing like all of these seeds to be really fast. It's like you don't need to stop for any bosses or stop anywhere to pick up ammo.
Yeah. There's no like gambling you have to do. It's just like
Go.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mention that. Don't ban me, Twitch.
What?
But you don't have to like, you know, hope to find something.
Oh, I was gonna mention though, the last one, there were no energy tanks anywhere. I
found one.
halfway through the race. I was like, we still have no energy tanks. Hang on, let me find a quick
Yeah.
one. I was like, there's nothing. Okay, there's one in sector 6. We can grab that one, and then like everything is so out of the way in wrong sectors.
Yeah, I literally went. I was like, Army, I need an E-tank like badly at this point. Like, I think I took a safety save in 3 because I was like, I don't want to risk this. Like, I could
Yeah.
easily die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
like,
there was
all
one
the
under the
E-tanks
floor.
were in lower 2 and in the
Oh.
back half of 6.
Yeah, there was one in the under the floor on the way to Green Doors. That's one I grabbed, and then I grabbed the one in 6 on the
Yeah,
way to.
we didn't open green, so we didn't
open greens.
we didn't go anywhere
Yeah.
near that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the first one in 6 was the only one you both got. Also, Herc, that reminds me. I liked the heads-up play to not soft-lock yourself in the wine cellar picking up gravity suit.
Yeah,
I was really worried for you going in there with one power bomb. I was like, oh, this could be bad.
yeah. I was about to, and then I was like,
Hold
that
up.
bomb block responds, huh? And I'm like, let me go kill the Ghidorah.
This will be a good idea.
Yeah. At that point, I was like, Scotty's probably like, he's probably fighting Omega at this point. Army goes, yeah, you don't know. Maybe he also ran out of power bombs here. Like, probably not.
We could
Probably
have-
not.
We were close.
Yeah, the good thing is that we had the race time room was about 40 seconds ahead of the stream delay.
hmm
So at least I could look there and see ahead of time. It's like, okay, Herc didn't forfeit, so that means he didn't soft lock here. Because I can't imagine you would have been even thinking about restarting at that point going up against Scotty.
I saved. Listen, anything's possible, but I unless the race ends, I don't forfeit out.
Oh yeah, anything's
Yeah.
possible. I got myself stuck in lower 4 recently and restarted 29:30 into a seed.
Yeah. Plus, I know that like Scotty can sometimes be like, especially when it comes to rando, like he knows his way around the vanilla game. But I know like from the last tournament, he can sometimes like struggle with like routing through like in randomizer with items. So I was like, maybe he might make a goof that Fangs won't pick up, and you never know.
we
But-
have made goofs before.
Oh, we've
but
made
I-
goofs. Yeah.
We've ironed out most of those, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why we had the practice seed. We had that was with split security though, where we made the problem of going to unlock red doors and then trying to leave 4 and realizing we didn't have the doors open to leave 4 through the elevator. We just like,
where do I go?
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, so we've done good, but also like I want to say multiple times this tournament, Scotty's died to like Omega or SA. Like it happens.
Don't tell anyone.
No, but like we're we're used to doing the fight a certain way, and then like, oh wait,
Yeah.
I only have diffusion missiles and 1 E-tank. It's like
Yeah. About to say, like he probably goes in there with like no or 1 E-tank, so it makes it like difficult, especially with wave being like made different for the randomizer. It's just like
Yeah.
Or if you have to go in without high jump and completely change
Yeah.
the timing on getting that stunlock.
Yeah. Hi, Cora.
Okay.
The real crime is we have you in the booth, but we can't show the audience Cora.
I can turn my
Oh,
camera
it's
on.
the husky.
Yes.
Come here.
If anyone's got some Cora emotes, let's spam those in chat, though.
Hi. Hello.
So yeah, so far tomorrow we have game 3 between Schwartz and Sinister. That's gonna be 9 p.m. No, 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern time for that race. And then that is the only thing we have scheduled so far, but now we have matchups between Jagger and Scotty, Nye and Big Ohm. We have Metal Blend Solid versus Red getting ready to schedule. And now Herc gets to get some revenge on Army.
I don't know if revenge is the right thing, but it's going to be a very sloppy race with both of us routing as we run.
Oh my god.
Like I said, you two can fight over me as a coach. Otherwise, I'll probably be in the commentary booth.
I volunteered myself to be a coach as well. Meanwhile, while we have nothing else scheduled.
But
I
that
wonder how
said,
this goes. Yeah. Thanks
I
for
think
watching,
that-
folks. Let me just pull up the Speed Gaming schedule. Let's see if there's anything else for today.
I mean, if we're on 3 this early in the morning, I have to assume that we've got some more stuff coming up today.
Oh yeah, the day's pretty full. So we have the tail end of Invitational League race on Speed Gaming 2. At 12, we got SMZ3 on Speed Gaming 4, Trifox on Speed Gaming 2, and another match for the LTBR League on Speed Gaming 3. And yeah, the day's just packed.
Yeah, looks like we've also got some Prime 2 coming up later. We've got some Pokemon Red any %. More Link to the Past randomizer than you can shake a stick at. And in the evening, we've got some Final Fantasy 1 Rando League. With that said, I think that about does it for today. Runners, Coach, do you have any final thoughts before we give the channel back to Speed Gaming for their busy, busy day?
I got nothing. Good race, Scotty.
Good race.
Yeah, definitely some good races. GG's to both of you. Best of luck in the future of the tournament. And with that, we'll go ahead and hand back over to Speed Gaming. I've been Autumn Out of Habit, joined in the booth by Hugo, and also shout out to our tracker RP2 Knight, also rolling the seeds. And we will see you next mission.
Bye.